Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm back to make another video, but this time I'm gonna be coming with a little bit more spice because something happened today that really had me feeling some kind of way. And it just goes to show again the culture or the counterculture, if you will, of this goofy ass city that I'm living up in. Right as I get prepared to, return to school, get these engineering degrees, get these science degrees, get these astronomy degrees, and basically so a ninja can move on to the next level type shit. Because I was just talking about how it's almost been 8 years since I moved to Colorado, and given the current situation, the fact that I spent those past dang near 8 years getting prepared for this task, it may be another 8 years by the time I'm, got everything I need. Not everything I want, but everything I need. So, I can go and hightail it up out of here type shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all, something happened today. And there is a backstory to this shit, right? Because at this refugee camp, if you will, this house that I've been living in, it'll be all kinds of like goofy ass roommates and weirdos and just folks just pretty much doing the most. And I think there's been more of a, my landlord and her husband have actually shown, lower thresholds over the years, because there was this couple, right? And it was, I don't know why I feel the need to say it, but I feel like, I'm getting this from AC, accountable commentary, but Big Bro AC's prompted me to say this, but and I know Big Bro AC would encourage me to say this, say it with my chest, basically, that it was Brad and Keisha, and not only was it a Brad and a Keisha of Denver, Colorado, right? It was Dusty Homeless Brad and Dusty Homeless Keisha of Denver, Colorado. Right? And now, I don't know why. I don't know what he did. I don't know none of the details. I don't know none of the facts. But what I do know is that the white boy, Brad, is no longer welcome up in that house. And I'm like, bro, what did you do to get kicked up out that ninja's house? Because I've been living there for almost 8 years. And it ain't nothing I've done. And I've made some mistakes. I've damaged things. Not intentionally, of course. And this nigga be getting drunk, and that shit be getting on my nerves, and I'll be ready to cuss his ass out. But it ain't nothing I've done. And I'm telling you, bro, over the years, yes, I have seen some straight up real deal goofballs. Y'all forgive me, the water sprinklers coming on. So that's probably the noise y'all hearing. You can get real loud too. I don't like that shit. But we had, I think I told y'all the stories about, you had Wreck-It Ralph a few years back. You had Ooga Booga of Sudan. And with me knowing about Myron Gaines and his family coming from Sudan, looking the way he does, and then seeing a whole Ooga Booga like that from Sudan, I can only imagine, not that I know a whole lot about Sudan, but I can only imagine what, somebody of Myron Gaines' ilk would think about the Ooga Booga of Sudan that I ran into. And then, apparently this Ooga Booga You know, this Hamite had a wife, a whole wife, and some kids, and was a whole Section 8 welfare queen, a whole Dusty, pretty much making the entire continent of Africa look all kinds of fucked up, right? And now there's this. So Brad is gone, even though I saw him today, out in the street. But the Keisha's still there. And one time when they were getting accommodated, they out here doing some classic Colorado shit, like getting blitzed, smoking the weed, right? Smoking the hash, a habit that I kicked probably at least 2 years ago, because I've been off that shit, you know. It just may have been What It Is Boy who encouraged me. I don't know if it was What It Is Boy, if y'all remember that. I don't know if it was What It Is Boy running into that nigga as I was high as a kite, or just the fact that, you know, there's all this fentanyl and other shit, crazy shit going on out here. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing a nigga want in his system is even the risk of getting some fentanyl. Because I told y'all, I had a whole roommate who got stretched out fucking with that fentanyl. And that happened right at about 2 months ago. That was recent. Just 2 months ago. That I had a partner of mine. And he was my roommate, and even though he was a local, he was one, and I told y'all this, that he was one of the far and few cool Colorado niggas that I ran into. Unfortunately, his lifestyle caught up to him. Bro was doing the most and fucked with this goddamn fentanyl, and ended up getting stretched out. But it was his sorry ass. He was cool, but just like so many out here, he had some sorry ass friends. They was on that shit. Because they just goofy like that out here. They some goofballs out here, bro. Isotope of Memphis. This is definitely what the isotope of Memphis would look like. If, like I said, if Memphis weren't Memphis, but had all the ratchetness, all the foolishness, and the extra amount of drugs. That's Denver in a nutshell. I keep on saying it. So let me direct y'all to this bed wench, right? Because AC has told us about Keisha. AC has told us to leave Keisha alone. And some of us are hard-headed. And some of us who are hard-headed is me. Because even to this day, bro, even to this day, if there was a bad Keisha who was sexy, whose nigga was up in jail, and we confirmed that our nigga was up in jail, right? And was hurting for some ding-a-ling. And like I said, she was bad, light skin, dark skin, I wouldn't care. In fact, unlike some, and I've told y'all this before, I would prefer them to be dark skin. Black men don't trip on skin tone, because that's a common stereotype that we just, when we do go after black women, we just go after mixed chicks and light skinned chicks. That's bullshit. I can't tell you how many dark skinned chicks whose booties I would have loved to have clapped. And how many light-skinned chicks I would have run for the hills. Not because they was ugly enough, but because of their attitude. So again, doing what I do on my channel, demystifying the bullshit of the community. So let me go and get to talking about this goofy ass bitch and what she did a little while back when, you know, the white boy was allowed, you know, to stay with us. So I'm coming from wherever. I had to been coming from somewhere, probably a restaurant, I don't remember. And they all in the garage, getting blazed, getting blitzed, getting high. And she already on some funny style shit. She up here telling me to make sure I close the door. Now, mind you, I've been living here for almost 8 years. So I'm like, okay, I mean, yeah, I'm like, okay, I get you, yeah. Close the door, because, yeah, y'all smoking weed. And last thing you want is the landlord smelling that shit. So I'm like, okay, I get you. Cool. So then the white boy talks about the refrigerator. Because, you know, in the garage, we have 2 refrigerators. One, and it's not that the other one doesn't work. Yeah, that's me right there. I told y'all I'm a shadow. I'm a shadow in the shadows. That's my real form, by the way. Not that nigga who was doing kung fu and Pinjack Silat. Yeah, this me in my real form. Anyway, so he starts asking, because, okay, so there are 2 refrigerators. Both of them work, but only one has been plugged up. And it's full of stuff. It's full of my stuff. I got my stuff in there. But the other one can be used, but the problem is in the garage, right? It's so far away from the plug that it would require an extension cord in order for it to be put back into use. And there was actually a time that both the refrigerators were plugged up to an extension cord by which they could have been put to use. But for some odd reason, somebody unplugged that motherfucker. And to this day, which has been well over a year, at least a year, ain't nobody really made much of an effort to, you know, plug it back up. And first of all, clean up the stuff, which is what I'm about to get to, because it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's as much, yeah, and it is functional. It will work, but it's nasty. It's got old food in it. It's got old stuff in it. You know, I cleared most of the stuff out of the freezer, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's stuff in there too. But we ain't using it, so it's like, it is what it is. So what's up with this shit when I'm telling her about the whole thing about, and I'm keeping it funny, you know what I'm saying? Because she over here inquiring about the refrigerator, talking about, well, who left it? And I mean, off the rip, she already coming at a nigga sideways. She already doing this shit. And mind you, I don't speak to these people. I don't talk to her. I don't talk to her nigga. Who is Brad, by the way. Y'all know me. I just call him nigga. I'll call anybody a nigga. But I don't talk to these people. So here she already comes off. And we did actually formally introduce each other, by the way. We did that. I did that. I did. I introduced myself just to show that, you know, I ain't just some rude, antisocial motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And shortly after that, next thing I know, she over here ripping off on me about the condition of the refrigerator that does work. It's just out of commission. Because, like I said, it needs it needs an extension cord. And then obviously after the extension cord, it needs to be severely cleaned out because it's got old shit up in there. Because niggas who, and I was telling her this, that all of us, including me, but see, she already violating on some manipulative type shit. Like I'm gonna use you as the scapegoat. Damn, whoever else, you're still here. I'm gonna use you as the scapegoat. You got your stuff up in there. You made the, as if, and I'm sitting up here looking like, as if I'm supposed to be able, and this is how, bro, I mean, when I tell you I know black women, like I know the back of my motherfucking hand, bro. This is who they are, what they are, how they are. And they mind, and they shine logic minds, right? You supposed to have all the accommodations for a group of people ready, at the ready, for a Keisha who prior to you didn't even know existed. You don't even know she exists. Now she shows up, she basically looking at you like, nigga, how come the refrigerator I need ain't been cleaned by you? And while she didn't say that, that's definitely what she implied. And here she is, mind you now, look at the logic of this, because you know we talk about body game on this channel and a lot of channels, but when it comes to a Keisha, that shit don't apply. Cause on the real, bro, I could basically break everybody in half because I'm a weightlifter and a martial artist and a wrestler, all that type shit. Violence is what I do. War is what I do. I could literally break everybody's spinal cord up in that motherfucker. Now, we got this one big swole nigga. I don't think I could do it like... Man, you know, I wouldn't do it. He my nigga too, so, you know, I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do nobody like that. You know, I'm not that kind of dude. But I am dangerous, obviously. And I'm way more swole. I'm way more swole than that dusty bread. I mean, because my bench press is almost 300 pounds. Like, I'm at the... So, you know what I'm saying? If anybody's wondering why maybe you a small black... And I'm like, no, it's Keisha we're talking about. Dusty, crusty, unemployed, bad body ass Keisha of Denver, Colorado. Not Memphis, Tennessee, which is just as bad, if not even worse. But of Denver, Colorado, the isotope of Memphis. So just as goofy, if not goofier. That's what sets a city like Denver apart from a city like Memphis. Because, you know, the Keishas of Memphis are killers. They murderers. Here, they just on some more shit. Like... And you know something I was just thinking? You know what I was just thinking, bruh? With me dealing with all that Keisha outrage, all that Keisha rage in the worst part of this country, bruh, not to say that we should underestimate Keisha's deadliness wherever she's from, because I know AC would be like, bro, I don't care if that Keisha's from Venezuela. You don't deal with her. You don't deal with Venezuelan Keisha. You don't deal with UK Keisha. You don't deal with nan kind of Keisha. Much less the American FBA Keisha. You just don't deal with Keisha. I know this. But man, growing up in a town like Memphis, with the Keishas of Memphis, bro, and then you get out here, that's almost like some boot camp type shit. So you can get out here and man, the Keishas of the other parts of the world are easy, bro. Easy. So, you know, With her just talking to me like that, yeah, let me get back on track. With her just talking to me like that, I could have taken that conversation to a whole nother type of energy, a whole different frequency, bro. I could have been like, bitch, first off, who the fuck you think you talking to like that? Bitch. I could have been on that shit. I really could have been like that, bro. I didn't want to do that because I'm a peacemaker, bro. I'm here to keep the peace. I get absolutely nothing quarreling with this Keisha. This is why I go out of my way to not talk to her, because we ain't got nothing to talk about for real. We really don't. Fuck, I look like wasting my time talking to a Keisha who ain't fine like that, who got a Brad, because she's a bed wench, as so many of them are out here, right? And I ain't mad at bed wench, belly warming. I mean, do what you do. We already know how it's gonna end up. We already know the story about. Oh shit. We already know. But we'll look at you and be like Craig off of Friday, like bye Felicia. Like, yeah, we like bye Felicia, bye. Bye Felicia. And you know, speaking of Felicia, I noticed this in Memphis too, because there was this one chick from I think the town is called Greenwood, Mississippi. You know, like one of them border towns next to Memphis. And there was this one bad Keisha. I mean, real bad. Ghetto as a motherfucker. Had gold teeth. Had the gold teethies in her mouth. Loud as my country as a motherfucker. Well, bruh, when I tell you she looked like a black version of Jasmine Byrne, for those of you who don't know who that is, that's a former porn star. At least I think she's former. Problem with her. And she was cool coming from Greenwood, Mississippi, but she worked in Memphis. Of course, she probably lived in Memphis. She was cool as hell. Problem is, she was fine as hell, because I would have destroyed them cheeks. She was fine as hell. She was cool as hell. She wasn't one of these stuck up. Like, Lord, if there's one thing you don't want on your bumper, is a Memphis broad who thinks she fine. Even if she thinks she fine, that's just something that you don't want. And I can't say Denver is any different. A Denver female who either thinks she fine or even knows she fine, that's just some problems you don't want. Now, these goddamn sprinklers. Trying to avoid these shits. I guess I'm about to go back to that dugout over there, the baseball field, or not. Maybe I can just sit my ass down here. Ain't that loud. But you know, she had this nigga who was a dope boy, Memphis nigga, a dope boy. And anytime, none of us dared to ask her out, because we probably already knew what time she was on. And surely, well, some niggas did, because, you know, niggas stupid. Niggas dumb. And she was basically like, even if I, like, bro, I can't, like, sometimes folks will be asking her to, you know what I'm saying? To, like to give them a lift, to ask her to give them a lift. She was like, I can't do that because my nigga is out on these streets trapping. And not only my nigga, but my niggas out in the street. So if my nigga don't see me, if my niggas see me and it's a nigga in the car that ain't one of his niggas, he killing both of us. So it was real. It was really real, bro. But besides that, she was cool people. Besides that, And that's the kind of black women that I hate, that, you know, we just don't have access to. And that's just our situation as a collective as black men. The far and few black women who are worth even so much as half of a damn are already taken, already spoken for. And you don't want to get in between that anyway, because you just might be at the business end of Pookie's gun. Because dude was like, Bull was like that. Jones was like that. I'm telling you, bro, Memphis was a bad piece, man. It just was. To be out there, you know, trying to do that goofy ass shit. But anyway, back to this goofy, right? This belly warming bed wench of Denver, right? So yeah, I felt like I kind of gave the sideways look. You know, you already know your boy 2BJ Jones was feeling some type of way about this shit. But I let it slide though. Cause I'm a whole different dude now. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got a lifestyle to maintain. I got a job to go to. I got money to make. I got rent to pay. I ain't sweating no dusty broke bitch getting high with a nigga up here, you know what I'm saying, giving me lip about some refrigerator we don't even fuck with like that. So I was like, man, whatever. Let me get back to making this money. Let me get back to doing me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm like, that's your bitch. So today, right, and this had to have been at least 3 weeks ago type shit. Had to have been. So today, and that's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to talk about. Your girl, and I ain't seen her ass, one of my roommates who recently moved in was telling me how it's like she be slipping in and out. She'll be, one day she'll be at the spot and then she'll be gone for like several days or whatnot, doing I don't know and I don't care, right? Basically doing I don't know and doing I don't care. Because I don't know nothing about this bitch. I don't want to know nothing about this bitch, bro. I don't care. I mean, I genuinely don't give a flying fuck. I really don't. And I was just, what I was just thinking before I go into what she did today. You know what I was just thinking? I was just, how I'm so gracious, right? I genuinely thought that maybe, I gave this goofy ass bitch the benefit of the doubt. That maybe she and her dude was just out in the struggle. Because I can relate to that. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the struggle. I was thinking to myself, maybe, they just came up out the struggle. Maybe she's just a little flustered and frustrated. And I know AC probably going tisk, waving his fingers sideways, shaking his head. Like, no. This is Keisha. That we're talking about. Right? This is Keisha. But I was willing to give her funky ass the benefit of the doubt that maybe her and her nigga were out there struggling, and maybe she's just a little flustered and frustrated and was just venting towards a nigga. How wrong I was, right? Because today I was doing my little dragon kung fu session with my Sifu, via the internet. And she come down there while, I'm doing mid-kata, or mid-forms, if you will. And then, I do my, as I'm doing, once I finally finish up my session, which is only an hour, and I think, an hour is enough time to do what we got to do. So after that, after we finish up doing what we do in, Lung-Ying, and dragon style Kung Fu, the martial art that I'm trying to preserve and prevent from going utterly extinct, all right? Just doing my part, as a martial artist who gives a damn about tradition, history, and all that other stuff, about, rare forms of martial arts. So today is rent day, or was anyway. And so afterwards, I proceed to, get out my rent money. And I make my way upstairs to pay the landlord. And I told her, I'm kind of a couple bucks short, but, when I get paid again, this Friday, I got you. No, it happens. Not all the time, but it happens. Which is one of the main reasons for real, why I'm trying to stay up out of the apartments right now, much less these townhomes that I'm, standing or sitting in front of. Because I know it don't work like that. I mean, I've owned, or not owned, but I've leased 2 apartments before, so I know how it works. Trust me, I know how it works. So my landlord says, I've been hearing that you downstairs in the commons, doing some stuff, right? That's what my landlord said. Now, mind you, the girl came downstairs while I was practicing my form. So, needless to say, who do you think went over there and snitched to her that I was downstairs practicing dragon style Kung Fu? She did. Didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. Didn't even, and like I was texting my brother, and I was telling my roommate, that I'm cool with. I'm like, this bitch is all up in my Kool-Aid and don't even know what the flavor, like we used to say back in the day. That shit just had me thinking right back to, we said since the 90s, where that for real say all the time back, but we just kind of we don't talk like that no more. I'm like, this bitch all up in my Kool-Aid and all up in my business for real and don't even know what the fuck is going on. Bitch, for all you know, I could be doing some Holy Ghost evangelist speaking in tongues type of deal that's really like reverse like what Tariq was talking about recently, like having folks pray over you and making sure that certain folks don't pray over you because they come in with a whole different energy that's different from the Lord, even though they got Bibles in their hands. And that declaring that what they doing in Jesus' name. Who's to say I wasn't doing that? I'm up here praying stuff. Bro, I mean, like, for all this bitch know, I could have been praying in tongues, doing the yabba dabba doo, which is foolishness and blasphemy. But she don't know that. She up in here, all up in my business, and I thought about this shit too. Here she is up in my business, a man she don't know from Adam, a man who don't fuck with her like that, who don't want to fuck with her like that. She up in my business because she ain't got no business of her own to attend to. So again, Denver, we don't lie. We don't lie. We don't do that. We don't do what you do. You lie. You a lying motherfucker. That's what you do. That's your style. That's your funny style type shit. Up here making shit up and calling yourself trying to tell a nigga what to do who's already. I'm like, how the fuck? I mean, is that how it worked in Denver? What the worker tells the manager what to do, the student tells the teacher what to do? Because if that's how this works, then I mean that in and of itself is ass backwards, and it's just a reflection of your whole society. If that's how this works, the fuck is y'all doing? So after I paid my landlord and whatnot, I'm really feeling some type of way now, because she had already violated with the whole refrigerator thing, and now she gonna go and basically dry snitch that I'm out down there doing some nefarious type shit. And everybody in there knows, everybody in that house knows I'm a karate man. I'm a karate boy. Really a ninja boy, because like I said, I don't claim karate. But y'all know what I mean. I'm basically Bruce Leroy. Pretty much. Everybody in there know I do martial arts. And ain't nobody tripping off of it. So yeah, I told my roommate to and yeah, he was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna tell her not to even talk to you, because my whole thing is I ain't got no problem getting up in Keisha's face telling her to back the fuck up. Problem is, I don't want to talk. I don't want to go up to Keisha's face and tell her to back the fuck up. You know why? Because I don't want to talk to her. And if I tell her that requires me to talk to her. And I don't want to talk to her. I ain't got nothing to say to her. I ain't got nothing to say to no bedwench from Denver, Colorado. What the fuck I gotta say? What the fuck is there to say? What the fuck is there to talk about? That if you gonna be on that bullshit, to get the fuck out my face and stay in your lane. And for her to think that, I mean, this is exactly why Keisha is so fucked up in the game. This is exactly why Keisha over 100,000 Keishas have lost their jobs. This is why. And y'all are fucked up in the game. This is why. Because even after all that, and this Keisha ain't got no job. Because she pretty much a lackey for the landlord. Because, that's kind of what and I've seen it for years, bro. These broads will come here, ain't got no kind of job. In this yo city, you can't even find a job at FedEx. Like I said, this is what I'm talking about, how the Memphis nigga will come, and damn, a Memphis nigga, any nigga from out of town will come here, set up shop, given what resources he has access to, how easy it is for us to come here because you ain't taking advantage of your own resources, and this is your city, Denver. Just like how, make sure how we're good on time, or if we are good on time, we're straight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all knew this, Colorado, but when other teams, y'all, and my cousin flew in here from yesterday, but he's back home now. He lives in this town in Maryland called Frederick, something like that. Yeah, he lived back on the East Coast, and he from Memphis too, but he live in Maryland now, because that's pretty much what most of the folks in my generation did. My cousins, pretty much for the most part. I got some cousins still in Memphis, but the most of us just dipped because we couldn't do nothing with Memphis. But anyway, he said that Colorado has pretty much a team for pretty much all the sports. whether that's football, whether, you know, you got NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, Major League Baseball, as well as even soccer, whatever league that is. Got soccer, got hockey. But more often than not, y'all are constantly getting y'all's asses whooped by these other teams. Especially you, Broncos. Y'all stay getting y'all ass whooped. And I'll be up there dying laughing. That shit is funny to me. As much just the fact that y'all are some diehard Broncos fans, because yeah, I get it. You grew up in Denver, and you trying to show team spirit, despite the fact that your team sucks. So, but even worse than getting your ass whooped, right, is getting your ass whooped on your own turf. That's unacceptable. And for some odd reason, I just get the feeling this Colorado don't understand that. They just don't understand that. And I say that to say, I juxtapose that, right, to the fact that you got out-of-towners just like me coming in your city, coming in your state, where money has been put, because I know Colorado ain't always had money like this. This is probably something new to y'all. I get it. But that shouldn't even matter. If the Texans and the Californians put money in my city, and it was jobs popping off in my city down in Memphis, bro, the boss nigga moves that I would be making down there, bro. It would be, bro, you just don't know, fam. It would be crazy. And my point is that y'all ain't taking advantage of that, and then you wanna throw shade at the niggas from out of town who are. And then you want to do some weird ass shit like that, calling yourself dry snitching like I'm doing something illegal, something that you doing. You doing something illegal because you finna play yourself. And I told myself I wasn't gonna labor too long in this. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go to 2 hours or nothing like that, because I know that's what I pretty much did. Last time I was pretty much ranting. Not even ranting, just talking about, certain shit, things of the past and the future. That's why I put that video up talking about that. But nonetheless, it wasn't like I was drunk or nothing, but nonetheless, I was spitting some real shit. I was pretty much doing what Black Ram 313 does when he'll have like open discussions on some like while drinking cognac. Pretty much. But, it amazes me the kind of shit that these folks be doing. Because when I think about, now speaking of Black Ram, as well as General Tito, who come from Chirac, with me coming from Memphis. And what would happen to these motherfuckers if they did some foul ass shit like that? These Denver motherfuckers don't understand that shit, bro. They don't understand, and they up here trying to call themselves trying to snake the snake. And they be on some worrisome ass shit too. It's just like the other day, last week at work, right? I had this dude at my job who's pretty much a lead, because the strange thing is, just like I've been here the longest at my landlord's house, as a tenant, I've been at my job the longest as an employee. So ask yourself, why is there a dude who's calling himself telling me what to do? You know why that happened? You know why there's a lead who's over me? Because, Despite, you know, him only working there for about 3 years, whereas I've been working there for pretty much 8 years, or really 7 years, I didn't want the position. And I told him that because this dude was up here just being a whole bugaboo up here, like talking about some 2 BJ Jones, do this, 2 BJ Jones, do that. I'm like, bro, who do you think you talking to, bro? I've been here longer than you. If it's anybody who should be going around being on some boss nigga shit, it's me. Because I've been here the longest. The only reason, I'm like, and I told him that the only reason why you even got that position is because I let you have it. I didn't want it. And then, you know, we got this new guy, right? And I was asking him, I'm like, do you be getting on him the way you be getting on him? You need to, because that's the new dude. Stop treating me like the new dude. Because I've been working here longer than you. That's what I'm saying, bro. These Colorado motherfuckers be on some dumb, it's like some goofball ass type shit, bro. I hope y'all taking notes about like the way this place is, man. Because I would tell anybody that if you can avoid this place, because it's all over the news. Folks stay, and it's you know, it's finally just now coming out about, you know, I'm like, about time. Y'all gonna really do the Memphis routine? Y'all gonna wait to the last minute to talk fucked up about Memphis when I've been talking fucked up about Memphis and all the fucked up shit that go on down there? Has it finally gotten bad enough for us to talk fucked up about Memphis? And same with Denver and Colorado. Has it finally gotten fucked up enough to talk fucked up about Colorado? I'm like, it took you niggas long enough. But yeah, man, I actually got something to do. So like I said, I don't want to labor too long. Yeah, good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing that it's actually 10:43, because I don't want to make this any longer than an hour. So let me go on. You know, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know what we do on this channel. The same thing General Tito would do when it would be some goofy that he would encounter that was on some more shit. We're here to make a roast because our quote-unquote sister in Christ, if you will, has been hella disrespectful. Been disrespectful as fuck. So much so that her homeless bread got put the fuck out doing the most, whatever the fuck that was, just with her goofy ass doing the most. So we here to check you. We here to talk fucked up about you. Bitch, don't you ever disrespect me. Don't you ever disrespect me with that subconscious disrespect that you have for all black men when it's a black man's roof that you living up under, you goofy bitch. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me talking about some being like talking about some dry snitching shit, knowing damn well you just need some dick in your life. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. With your Michelin man body built ass, with your refrigerator body built ass, with your Koopa Troopa looking ass. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me thinking that you gonna find and out okey doke a nigga from Memphis, knowing your garbage ass is from Denver, Colorado. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me coming at me with that belly warming bed wench 400-year legacy of belly warming and bed wenching and disrespect for the black man when you over here sucking homeless Brad's dick. Don't you ever disrespect me like that, you goofy bitch. Fuck is wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you, Keishas? Don't you ever disrespect me, expecting me to be some bellboy for your black ass, knowing damn well that even if I was stupid enough to do any of that shit, it wouldn't be good enough for your garbage ass anyway. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me looking like a dentist, open your gap up with some vice grips, bitch. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me looking like King Bowser's daughter. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me looking like like a black version of the Marshmallow Man off Ghostbusters, bitch. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me with your big waist, little titty ass. Don't you ever and your funky booty ass. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me acting like you out here being a lackey for the landlord, knowing damn well you out here on the blaze sucking more homeless Brad dicks. Don't you ever disrespect me like that, bitch. Fuck is wrong with you? Don't you ever disrespect me, calling yourself, telling me what to do when I make $55,000 more than you, bitch. Knowing damn well you ain't got a pot to piss in or a window of your own to throw it out. Because whatever window you do have to throw that pot of piss to throw in, you don't own the window and you don't own the pot. All you own is the piss. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me with your Section 8 Teletubby looking ass. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Fuck wrong with you. Don't you ever disrespect me with your linebacker for the Green Bay Packers looking ass. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me with your big shoulder, big waist, little ankle ass, little stubby arms ass. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. Fuck wrong with you. Don't you ever disrespect me. Don't you ever disrespect anybody after they done welcome you into your home and you gonna throw shade at the nigga? And you gonna talk slick? That's why your boy got put out. What the fuck is wrong? That's what I'm saying, bro. And I'm pretty sure she's right around my age, because she don't look exactly young. So I'm pretty sure they're right around my age group, and it don't surprise me. What the fuck is wrong with us millennials? Damn, are the rumors about the Similac true? Is it true that when you was a little shit, that your mother was too much of a lazy bitch and too much of a trifling bitch to actually breastfeed your punk ass, so she gave you the Similac, and now your neurons are so fucking misfired, like some misfired fucking spark plugs, that you can't even assess your situation for what it is? Where you got a nigga like me, for instance, doing his own thing, minding his own business, ain't studying your black ass, ain't studying your bed winching, belly warming, nigga bitch ass. And you got this notion that I'm beneath you? Is that what's going on? Is that the skinny, Keisha? Is that what it is? With your hungry hippo looking ass. Fuck is wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you bitches? Fuck is wrong with you black bitches of Denver? Coming at a nigga all kinds of fucked up. And have the unmitigated nerve to wonder why black men ain't fucking with you like that. Why black men are getting on the passport, bro, shit. Getting on that plane and flying to Thailand, flying to Japan, flying to the Philippines, flying to Brazil, flying to Germany. Can't wait. Bruh, when I tell you I can't wait. If I do do the master's program, by which, you know what I'm saying, I go to grad school out here, I'm gonna make damn sure that it's in something that there's no kind of way that I can get it, you know, online. Because otherwise, because you know, my enemies will probably be thinking that the worst thing they could do to me is sabotage my shit so that I don't get the degrees or don't get the that I basically don't fulfill my mission. I'm like, as far as you motherfuckers, I mean, you motherfuckers are more than welcome to sabotage that shit, because do you know what that means if you sabotage that shit? All that does is it shortens my time here. And that means I get to go to the real booty land over there in Deutschland. 6'3" Helgas and Heidis. A whole country. And I dare say damn near, not all of Europe, hell no, but damn near all of Europe, of Beckies. Big booty Beckies standing at 6'3" and even taller. My black ass being, again, a black dot in a whole sea of white booty. Motherfucker, I want you to sabotage my shit so I can get my passport that much quicker and get the fuck up out of Colorado and ultimately get the fuck up out of America. Fuck are you talking about? While your dusty, crusty, musty ass is walking around here, ain't got no job, ain't got no car, and you know something? I think I'm done roasting, or at least doing the disrespect me jokes anyway. I hope y'all liked them too. I hope y'all liked it, because I meant to go in. I meant to go in on her tree trunk eating ass, tree trunk steak eating ass. I hope y'all dying laughing. That's for y'all, fam. Y'all know I do this for y'all. Just so that y'all can have pits in y'all stomach, rolling over, dying laughing, can't get up. You know how we Memphis niggas do it. You know this, man. You know this. You know what we does down there. Yes, we check motherfuckers, bro. That's what we does. And y'all up here doing the most like I'm not finna cook y'all ass. Nigga, please stop it. Every time I catch these goofy ass Coloradans doing the most, you think I'm not finna roast them? The hell I won't. I'm begging one of these YNs out here to check me, bro, just so that I can get on bro. Just so that I can get on they goofy mismatched clothes wearing ass. Mismatched shirt, mismatched dusty shoes wearing that, bro. I'm begging these motherfuckers for the smoke. Because I ain't checked the nigga, at least to his face anyway, and I don't know how long, bro. Just to piss them niggas off and have the rest of the folks dying laughing. But this is just a classic case of these goofies just like this, on the real, biting the hand that feeds them. Or at least the hand that's putting a roof over your head. And, an unlucky motherfucker like me having to using that to my advantage. And I gotta pay the piper too, just like everybody else. I mean, I'm paying rent, but y'all up here thinking the hustle in your stupid rabbit ass mind though. The Coloradan thinks that the hustle is getting under the roof, doing the most, not paying or doing bare minimum. And that just goes to show you where they at mentally. And I'm like, folks, I mean, and I like I said, I guarantee you that they probably around my age. Because these ain't no spring chickens. And now, Brad that she's with is, and for all this hype, and I've been meaning to say this too. I've really been meaning to say this. I'm almost through because it's past an hour, and I promise that I get back, finish my stuff for midnight because it's 11 now. For all the hype of so-called white supremacy and white privilege and just being a white man in America, bro, if I had $1 for all the kind of white men whom I wouldn't trade spaces with, whom I wouldn't trade places with, bro, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. This whole hype about being white. And ain't no Becky's coming to save these niggas. Ain't no Ling-Lings coming to save these niggas. All y'all got at best are what I call the rejects of the community. Black bitches who can't do nothing for a nigga. Can't do nothing for a nigga. No ass, no titties. And she plump, but I don't want that ass. I don't want that. I can't tell you how many Keishas have gone through there. Gone in there. Calling themselves choosing up on me. Right? And see, Keisha, this is where you fucked up. I think I'm going to land my plane. I'm going to say this and I'm going to land my plane, right? This is where you fucked up, Keisha. And one thing that I'll tell you what, because, a lot of women are getting online right now, right? And they over here and, they're asking where all the men at. Because apparently men ain't going to the bars like that. Men ain't going to the clubs like that. And one answer that I can give is, we working. We working. That's where we at. We at the job. We out here making a living. For one. But because I was gonna talk about the Keishas who did chose up. I mean, some of y'all probably say that she kind of low key chose up on me. Not that means nothing, cause she hurting for some ding-a-ling. And yeah, let me speaking of which, okay, let me ask y'all something. Right, this is kind of a rhetorical question. I've been in Colorado for almost 8 years, right? And I ain't had no booty, right? And that's cool. These bitches ain't worth the pennies that's wrapped around their ass. Just like that heifer, who's literally built like a heifer. So if she's experiencing sexual frustration, right, and she up here doing the most, why should I care? See, this is where y'all keep fucking up. Because I finally figured out Keisha's game plan. Keisha is all about me. One of the most selfish of bitches that you will ever have the utmost displeasure of enduring, suffering, surviving, and even looking at. Second best might be the Chinese woman. Third best might be the Mexican woman. Because in that laundry list, those are 3 bitches up front I wouldn't want to have nothing to do with, based off my experience dealing with they goofy ass. I'm just telling y'all what it is. But you know, one thing that is peeping out of the surface, because I'm fully aware that y'all have been doing the most. And, I'm finally starting to realize something about why is it even during the days of my youth, them goofy bitches down in Memphis was out there doing the most. When I came, again, never been on some pretty boy shit, never was doing any of that shit. And I come and it would be like, it was almost like they just had this need to just show their ass and be up here doing the most. Because I'm here to tell you, Keisha, this is your fuck around and find out. Just like Brad is fucking around and finding out, y'all fucking around and finding out. Because you just lost 100,000 jobs. So we know you fucked up in the game. But I'm not. And while you was doing the most with me, doing all that goofy ass shit, right? And then you wasn't showing none of that sass to Pookie and Ray Ray. And you was still getting knocked upside your head. Pookie and Ray Ray and Glocktavius was still going oops upside your head. Right? You stupid bitches don't even realize that you pretty much fumbled the bag. Because it's in the psyche of a black man to be on body game, to be on money game, trying to figure out ways to make money and basically and eventually overseas game. The bag was right there. I dare say, even from the times of Black Wall Street, the bag has been there. Because black men collectively, white society as a collective went out of its way to keep black men and the black community deprived of its jobs and resources and all. So black folks just got it how they live. And when they did that, it prospered more often than not. It prospered even more than what the white community had. So much so that they went and, like I said, bombed Wall Street. I said Wall Street, Black Wall Street. Firebombed down in Tulsa. So I'm here to tell you dumb bitches something. Black men, not pookies, not black males, black men. We've always been the bag. And I'm here to tell you stupid bitches something, because you depended on your white slave masters, and now, Trump is giving you your papers, giving you your wake-up call that he has no further use for you. You stupid bitches fumbled the bag. Right? And now that a nigga is getting swole, and I'm up in age, that's all right. That's all right. I'm knocking on 40. That's all right. In a couple months. That's all right. But I'm getting looks. I'm getting responses. And while you supposed to be holding the line and shit, some of you Keishas are basically breaking bad. Y'all are breaking rank and file. And what I mean by that is that you pretty much choosing up on a nigga. But the Keishas that have been choosing up on a nigga are so rusty, dusty, crusty, and musty, and broke, busted, and disgusted that a nigga like me can't even do it. Because I know your strategy is the black man can't wait to stick his ding-a-ling up in some guts. He has no sexual I get it. This is how you think of us. But the evidence ain't showing. Because niggas ain't sweating you like that. We sick of you as a collective. And like I said, the far and few black women that we can, you know, vibe with, they already taken. So it is what it is. Because I'm just like, you know, I'm here to say that, you know, the black authority ain't the only one who gives out receipts and invoices. And just like Kevin Samuels said, he used to say, winter is coming. I'm here to tell you, winter is here. It's finally here. So when you see my black ass, and you over here looking dusty, crusty, and broke, busted, and disgusted, and then you wondering why I'm not even, because I would say why I'm in the arms of another woman. No, in Colorado, that's not really much the case. It depends on the woman. But if she don't look like you and you feeling some type of way about that shit, just know you earned that. You went out of your way to do the most with me. Even in a time like this, even in the time of the internet where we can pretty much, like somebody like me can pretty much, you know, get on my phone and record this shit and put it on YouTube, pretty much the doc show goofy ass. And I'll tell you another thing about those two Keishas. They were washed, just like AC said, talks about wash. Both of them washed. These weren't no spring chickens. These weren't no pretty young things. Wash Keishas. Barris, I think this one Sith Lord off of Star Wars. I think her name's like Barris Ventress or something. Looking ass. There was this one bitch who looked like Barris Ventress off Star Wars. Oh, Sith Lord looking ass. Emperor Palpatine looking ass. Bro, washed. Cooked. Through. And she was doing the most with her husband. And she up here trying to call herself, trying to get the freak, trying to do the freaky deaky with me. I'm like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Fuck wrong with you? If I'm gonna do the freaky deek, if I'm gonna be up here creeping, it better. And the fact that these bitches don't understand that, bro. They think a nigga just hurting for it. And your little manipulator, and I, you know, with me knowing all about things about the female and, you know, her manipulative tactics and all this other goofy shit that she does in the name of, you know, being on some manipulative shit. I love it when a bitch's manipulative tactics backfire on her ass. Because I'm like, bitch, that is what your toxic ass gets. And now everybody knows who you are. You couldn't help yourself because you're a slave to your emotions. And you basically played yourself. Just like DJ Khaled be saying. Congratulations, you played yourself. You thought you was playing me. And you ended up playing yourself. Because you're the one out of a job. Because you're the one who needs me. I don't need the black woman. The black woman, women, period, need us. Men, in general, don't need women. Just because you think we some sex-hungry dogs does not mean we need your motherfucking ass. But you need us. Try going a week without us, women. Try going a week with the bears. I dare y'all to do that shit. I want y'all to do that shit. Please do that for the sake so that we can have some peace and get some, you know, we can have money and have peace. Because I tell you, bro, it ain't nothing like peace. It ain't nothing like sleeping in your own bed and having money that ain't going to nan female who's constantly yapping, bitching, moaning, complaining, all that goofy ass shit. Y'all can have these bitches, For all this hype about hard to get and all that other shit, and y'all up here doing the most to get these worthless ass, crusty, dusty, musty bitches, keep them, take them, keep them, and take them over there. Don't bring them over here. We don't want them. Please do that, because like I said, we getting our passports. Don't bring them goofies over there. So, you know, with that said, I was just thinking, I'm not giving my, you know, with me building my body up and whatnot, as well as other things like, you know, my finances as well, because, you know, it ain't gonna do a nigga no good to be up here building my muscles up, but, you know, my money game is all fucked up, you know, like it is now. I recognize my worth and the pleasure of my dingus up in your rotten ass cooch. You know, just like you denied your bodies to me when you were in your prime. Now that you, and I'm supposed to, and my black ass is supposed to take you in your decline? Are you crazy? Especially after seeing what's been up in you on top of that. And you over here calling yourself thirst trapping? Please tell me who your supplier is, so I can get some of that shit. Cause I definitely could use some of that. I could use some the hash, the weed that you smoking, bro. I know that's some good. I know you got the hookup to that good, that kush. Because all this swollenness and the pleasure that my dingus can offer females who are worthy of it is not, I got a message particularly for you Keishas as well as Becky's, Maria's, who basically then asked themselves out of the game pretty much. The pleasure of 2 BJ Jones's muscles and the pleasure of 2 BJ Jones's muscles downstairs, or that muscle, that third leg, if you will, you know, that leg in between my legs, it is not for the likes of you. And with that said, I'll catch y'all in the next vid. I'm out.